In the world of celebrity romance, some couples seem destined to be together forever, their every public appearance radiating an image of unshakable devotion. For nearly 2 years, Yağmur Yüksel and Barış Baktaş embodied that fantasy. From red carpet premieres to intimate behind-the-scenes selfies, they presented themselves as the golden pair of Turkish entertainment, beautiful, talented, and hopelessly in love. Fans were convinced it was only a matter of time before the two would say "I do." Then came the official announcement: the wedding was on. Invitations were rumored to have been designed, venues scouted, and dress fittings quietly underway. Industry insiders whispered about a lavish seaside ceremony in Bodrum, with a guest list that read like a who's who of Turkish cinema. And then, just as quickly, came the statement that no one saw coming. "We have decided not to get married." The vague wording sent shockwaves through the entertainment press. Why? What happened between two people who only weeks earlier had been spotted holding hands, sharing inside jokes, and speaking glowingly of their future together? The answer, as it turns out, is not a single incident, but a complicated web of personal revelations, simmering tensions, and painful truths that ultimately made walking away seem like the only option. Those closest to the couple say that cracks began to appear in the months following their engagement. At first, these were small, almost invisible to the public eye. A cancelled joint appearance here, a slightly forced smile in a red carpet photo there. But behind closed doors, friends say, there were serious conversations about priorities, expectations, and what each of them wanted from marriage. One source who has known Barış since his early career told a magazine. Barış is a deeply traditional man in some ways. He imagined marriage as something very structured, a home, a family, a certain kind of lifestyle. Yağmur, while she loves him, has always been fiercely independent. She wasn't sure she was ready to give up parts of herself for the role of wife. The source stressed that this wasn't about a lack of love, but rather a growing awareness that their visions of the future might not align as perfectly as they once thought. Both Barış and Yağmur are at the height of their careers. Offers for leading roles, brand endorsements, and international projects have been pouring in for each of them. At first, they celebrated each other's success, but soon, conflicting schedules began to wear them down. Friends recall entire weeks where they would barely see each other. Long hours on separate sets, coupled with travel for work, meant that their relationship often existed through hurried phone calls and late-night texts. One industry insider explained. It wasn't about jealousy, but about time. They were living parallel lives, not a shared one. You can't plan a wedding when you can't even have dinner together. In the weeks leading up to their decision, rumors began to swirl about Barış's interactions with a certain female co-star. While both he and the actress in question have denied any inappropriate behavior, whispers reached Yağmur's ears, and even if unfounded, they planted a seed of doubt. Adding fuel to the fire were Gökberk Yıldırım's earlier remarks about being caught flirting with Yağmur, which had caused a mini-media storm of their own. Even if both insisted nothing serious had happened, the combination of incidents created an atmosphere where every glance, every message, every unexplained absence became suspect. A mutual friend shared. Trust is like glass, once it's cracked, even if you glue it back together, you can still see the fracture lines. They tried to move past it, but the cracks were always there. No Turkish wedding is without the involvement, and opinions, of both families. In this case, those opinions reportedly differed sharply. While both sets of parents were polite in public, insiders say there were private disagreements about everything from the ceremony style to where the couple would live afterward. Barış's family allegedly wanted a more traditional, hometown-based life for the couple, while Yağmur's parents encouraged her to continue pursuing her career in Istanbul and abroad. These conflicting visions became yet another layer of tension, forcing the couple to realize they were not just merging their own lives, but also trying to bridge the expectations of two very different family cultures. According to someone close to the situation, the breaking point came during what was supposed to be a relaxed weekend away. The couple had escaped to a small coastal town to reconnect and spend time together without distractions. One evening, over dinner, the topic of the wedding resurfaced, and for the first time, instead of excitement, there was hesitation. It wasn't a fight, the source emphasized. It was more like, they both knew, deep down, they weren't ready. They started talking honestly about their fears, their doubts, and it just became clear that forcing the marriage would be worse than stepping back now. By the end of that weekend, they had made their decision, the wedding was off. The joint statement, while brief, was carefully worded. After much thought and discussion, we have decided not to move forward with our planned wedding. We care for each other deeply and remain supportive of one another as individuals. This was a mutual decision made with love and respect. Fans were quick to note the absence of the word breakup in the statement, leaving many to speculate whether the two might continue dating without the pressure of marriage. However, those close to the pair say that while they are not enemies, the relationship itself is likely over. In the days since the announcement, both Barış and Yağmur have been keeping low profiles. Paparazzi spotted Barış at a gym, looking visibly more serious than usual, while Yağmur was seen having lunch with a close friend, dressed in casual clothes and sunglasses that hid most of her face. On social media, the reactions have been mixed. Some fans have expressed heartbreak, insisting they still believe in love between the two. Others have applauded their honesty, arguing that it's better to recognize incompatibility before marriage than after. While their romantic relationship may be over, both stars have upcoming projects that will keep them in the public eye. Ironically, there are rumors that they are still contractually bound to promote a film they shot together last year, meaning the public could soon see them smiling side by side on posters, even as their real-life partnership has ended. Industry experts say this could work in their favor. If they manage to appear amicable in public, it will reinforce the idea that their split was mature and drama-free, preserving their marketability. Those who know them best say reconciliation is unlikely, but not impossible. There's love there, said one mutual friend. But love isn't always enough. They both want different things right now. Maybe in the future, when life slows down, they could find their way back to each other. But right now? They're doing the right thing. The story of Yağmur Yüksel and Barış Baktaş is not one of betrayal or sudden disaster, but rather the quieter tragedy of two people realizing that timing and compatibility matter just as much as affection. In choosing not to marry, they may have saved themselves years of heartache, though it doesn't make the decision any less painful. For now, their fans are left with the memories, the red carpets, the candid smiles, the way they once looked at each other as if the rest of the world had disappeared. Whether those memories will remain as bittersweet relics or as the foundation for a future reunion is a question only time can answer.